Hello, my name is Ross Godfrey, and I'm an executive leadership coach with the San Diego County Office of Education. Today, we'll be talking about the College and Career Indicator for the California State Dashboard, or better known as the CCI Indicator. At San Diego County Office of Education, we have compiled a team or task force, if you will, of people who are working to have better outcomes for students across the county. On that team, you'll see the list: myself, Ross Godfrey, Tanya Bulette, who's a counseling coordinator, Dr. Shannon Coulter, Director of Assessment and Accountability and Evaluation, Mr. Al Love, who is our CTE Senior Director, Ava Pondo Solis, who is our coordinator in our MEGA department, and Jewel Alderson Clark, who's the Integrated Curriculum Coordinator at San Diego County Office of Ed. I'd like to start with going over the different components of the California CCI indicator from the dashboard, which is this measure is based on the number of high school graduates who are prepared for college or a career. College or career readiness means completing rigorous coursework, passing challenging exams, completing a military science sequence, or receiving a state seal of biliteracy. The individual components or measures are approved for actually meeting the readiness indicator, completing a career technical education pathway, grade 11 Smarter Balanced summative assessments in ELA and mathematics, completing advanced placement exams with the passing score of 3 or above, passing international baccalaureate exams or IB exams, college and career or college credit course work, formerly called dual enrollment, A through G completion for the University of California, a state seal of biliteracy, and finally, completing a military science or leadership pathway. So let's take a look a little bit about how this breaks down from the state of California. In the not prepared category you see here in the pink, you'll notice that they did not meet any of the measures or graduate high school. There's an approaching, which is in the yellow, which means a Smarter Balanced summative assessment. You get a score at a level 2, which is nearly met on both ELA and mathematics. You also would complete a dual enrollment of 1 semester or 2 quarters of college coursework with a grade of C- or better in academic or CTE subject. The UC A through G requirements might be met, completing A through G course requirements with a grade of C- or better, or CTE pathway completion with a grade of C- or better as well. And finally, looking at the prepared, in order to reach this status, your Smarter Balanced assessments, you must score a level 3 on or met in both English language arts and mathematics. Advanced placement, a score of 3 or higher in 2 AP exams. International Baccalaureate or IB exams, a score of 4 or higher on 2 IB exams. Completion of a dual enrollment pathway, 2 semesters or 3 quarters of college coursework with a grade of C- or better in academic or CTE subjects where college credit is awarded. The University of California, UC, and California State University A through G requirements means that you will complete an A through G course requirements with grade of C- or better, plus one of the additional criteria from the white box below. And career technical education pathway means that you've pathway completion with a grade of C- or better in the capstone course, plus one of the additional criteria from the box below. So again, you'll see the additional criteria, which is Smarter Balanced summative scores, 1 semester or 2 quarters of dual enrollment, a score of 3 on the AP, and a 4 on IB exam or completion of CTE pathway. So another way of looking at it is this graphic here that was produced by our Learning and Leadership Services Department. And as you can see, this shows you the different pathways and shows you the combinations that are needed in order to successfully complete the CCI indicator. So let's take a look at the components of the CCI for the state dashboard. So in 2019, dashboard performance was determined by, one, the percent of high school graduates who were considered prepared, and two, whether the results are i.e. preparedness improved or declined between the prior year and the current one. Note that the students included in the CCI are based on the students in the graduation rate. So with the current year college career formula, it is determined that the number of graduates in the current year or class who performed prepared divided by total number of students in the current graduation rate. And then looking at the difference from the 2018 college career indicator, and that'll give you the current year data minus the prior year data. So let's take a look at what this might look at, Mike. Uh, Based on current year and prior year data, a performance level or color will be given for this measure. The performance level is determined by using what we call a 5x5 colored grid. So the example we give here is a school that we will use, a fictional school called Big League High School, and they have the following college career data. The current year graduating class consisted of 50 students. Of those 50 students, 30 were placed in the prepared level. The prior year's graduating class had 60 students, and of those 60 students from the prior year, 30 were placed in the prepared level. Based on this data, 60% of the current year class was prepared, while only 50% of the prior year class was prepared. This represents an increase of 10 percentage points between the prior year and the current school year. If we put this on the 5x5 grid, you can see that prepared rate is 60% is considered high. At the same time, an increase of 10 percentage points from the prior year is significant, according to the top row of the graph. On the grid, high and increase significantly intersect at the blue performance level, which would mean that Big League High School would be in the blue section of the 5x5 grid. As far as the California State data for 2019, thought it'd be helpful to take you for a walk on the dashboard and what it looks like statewide. So as you can see here, according to the California State dashboard, all students in the college career indicator finished at about 44.1% prepared, and this maintained on the grid as a 1.8, which means roughly that all students were considered to be in the yellow category. Looking at the California dashboard state level again, we can see the different groups here. No students were in the red. In the orange, we have American Indian, homeless, Pacific Islander, and students with disabilities. In the yellow, we have African American, English learners, foster youth, 2 or more races, and white. In the green level, we have Filipino, Hispanic, and socioeconomically disadvantaged. In the blue section contains the Asian population. No students were given a non-performance color. When we look at the dashboard for the orange group, you can see here that our American Indian group had orange with a 25.9% prepared. Our homeless population, again, is at a 25.9%. Our Pacific Islander was slightly higher, but still in the orange at 33.5, and students with disabilities was a 10.8. And keeping in mind also that this indicator is based on not only the comparison to the prior year, but how students did this the following year or the current year. In the yellow category, again, we have our African American students, 23.7% prepared, English learners, 16.8%, foster youth, 13.3%, 2 or more races, 49.7%, and our white population at 53.8%. In the green category, you'll see that our Filipinos were 64.5% prepared, Hispanics were 36.1%, and then our socioeconomically disadvantaged were at 35.8%. And then finally, in the blue category, our Asian population was at 74% prepared. They did maintain, however, there was a slight decrease in 0.0 or 0.2%. As you can see, the total CCI indicator over a 3-year time period was that in California, we'd slightly increased in our purple area, which is prepared, by just under 2 whole percentage points. And the aqua color, the not prepared, went down by roughly just under 2 percentage points as well. So this was just a short introduction to the California College and Career Indicator part of the dashboard. We have provided a series of short videos that will provide you a deeper dive into the component of the College and Career Indicator for the California State Dashboard. We appreciate you watching this video and encourage you to reach out to us should you have any questions. Again, my name is Ross Godfrey. I'm an executive leadership coach with San Diego County Office of Ed, and my email is ross.godfrey@sdcoe.net. Thank you for watching, and we hope you have a great rest of the day.